Welcome back to Factorio SpaceX Extreme Mode. If you remember right, last time we were finishing off these builds and the robots have done a pretty good, well, the robots are doing most of the building. There's still a bit of work to do here at the copper, but they're quite well advanced. My plan out here now is to landfill quite a bit of here. The four-way lane will come through here, so that this can be accessed and this will be accessed as well. We'll drop down a line to here somewhere, maybe out here, or maybe there. What's that? 9,000, that's nothing. Maybe up here, although I don't like it so close to that, so it might end up having to be over here. The copper four-way needs to be able to access that, and maybe this one. Ooh, it's quite a large iron. Maybe this one will have to find a way to come up. And yes, still a bit fluey. Anyway, I'm not over there at the moment doing that because we have a major oil crisis. These tanks are, well, we've got a little bit in them at the moment. This is the best I've seen them for a while. They're constantly running dry. We keep running very low on crude. And what I was thinking of doing possibly was coal liquefaction, but then I saw 0 of 50 steam required, and that pretty much signed the death warrant on doing that. We have plenty of coal, but we also have plenty of oil. I mean, we have this massive patch over here, 67,000%. Copper 7's basically died. In fact, it has died. So we're going to use our graveyard for the first time. Copper 7, I want you to go to the copper unload, and then I want you to go to the graveyard. Graveyard, you are going to wait for circuit condition, and there won't be one. Copper 7, we will delete that. That is how we deal with dead trains from now on. Now, the reason I came to copper 7 was, I mean, this isn't 67,000, but 27,000 is still very good, so we can probably repurpose this junction, or even completely rip that out, come over up here. But I might just repurpose it, maybe fill that in, something like that. We are near some biters, but the pollution is off, so I don't expect them to cause us any trouble. So I'll probably grab both of those oils. I could probably grab, there's 38,000 there, 18, that's nothing. That one we're kind of in the way of, 57,000. You see there's lots of fairly good patches about. 30,000 sitting in the middle of nowhere. Down this end, no doubt there's some pretty good ones as well. 46,000, 21,000, 77,000. Holy jeepers. So yes, you just have to get out a little way, and there are some very nice patches of oil. So it's not like we have a problem there. So the other thing, while I'm thinking about things and giving you our normal wrap-up of things, is this is at 973, but I really wanted space science to get to about 50. It's not quite there yet. So we'll probably wait till about 980 and then kick off research. I've actually done a couple of the researches, which maybe that's the reason why it's not at 50. Just because we were experiencing major congestion around this whole area, and if you notice originally I had this line that comes up here, feeding around here and into here, and that was causing a lot of our congestion issues. So I've reworked it so that it goes off this way. So if plates, if this steel is activated, the trains will deposit out via the oil exit. And the other thing I did was to stop these silly trains. They sometimes get in the wrong lane and they can't get into the station they want to, so they repath and decide they need to run around in a circle. They used to come over here, down here, through here, back round, and then out again. I've added in this little bit here so they can come straight back down and avoid that issue, and you definitely do see them doing it, so they obviously are quite keen on it. I was hoping we would actually see one, but obviously when you're watching for something it never happens. No, there you go. So that one in the past would have rushed all the way over here, come down here if it could, and gone through here, back round, and tried to come back out, and basically be a major cause of congestion. So there were some fixes for the congestion. Our other issue was sulfuric acid was a serious issue, and the reason came back to no oil, but also we didn't have enough places to put the empty barrels. We're down to 7,000 empty barrels now, so we've obviously got on top of it for the moment, so that's a good thing. That probably means that, yeah, blue processing units is going berserk. 7.2 thousand. It's supposed to get to about 7,500, but I'm okay with 7.2, especially if it's more than the number over here. And again, red is supposed to be able to get to 45, but as long as it's bigger than this number or of the same sort of magnitude, it's fine. And green circuit's running at a bit over half speed at the moment, and we're doing only about 300,000 plates, but we're not doing any science. We are just doing modules and launches right at this moment. Still, yeah, still mainly doing speed modules, possibly because they're highest in the queue. Not really sure. But the total, that's close to 120, so we're still doing just over 200 level 3 modules a minute as well, which we definitely need because we don't have anything like the 200,000 that we need. No, we're getting up to 80,000 though, so that's all very good. Right, so what are we going to do this episode? Well, while our new smelteries get built, I am going to demonstrate having a second loadout for the engineering train. And we're going to start by taking a copy of that. I'm not going to keep everything in that copy. We need to get out of the map mode. I'm not going to keep everything in that copy. I will keep the signals. I will keep that. I will keep that. I'm going to get rid of those. Constant combinators, I don't think I need. Radars are useful. I don't need those, or those. I don't need those. I will keep those. I will add in, where are they? I'll add in these guys. A stack of, well, 40 will do. Roboports, I'm not going to need them. I don't need those. I need engines. I don't think I make pumps directly. Let me just check what the formula is for pumps. It's engine, steel, and pipe. Right, well I need, I want to have pump jacks. Say 200. Decent number, in other words. I want pipe. Say 600. I want pipe to ground. Say 600. I've got those already. What else do I want? I need tanks. Not the military kind, but this kind. Let's get 50, say 60, whatever. What else do we need if we're to make oil outposts? Is there anything else that would be useful? Let's have a look at one. There's oil 3. You've got pipe, power, radar, pipe to ground. Do I have train stops in that collection? Yes, I do. That actually looks pretty much like a decent loadout. So, what we need to do is have a red wire connect at the back, and a green wire connect at the front. And I think it is as simple as... Did we get this one? Red wire to the back, green wire to the front. I think that's what we need. And if we turn that on, is it going to work? It looks promising. And this is a reason why perhaps you don't want or need to have a fully automated just load me up system, because we can switch it out just as we are doing here. Let's go. Now 979, let's quickly check science. Space science 51,000, yes, that should be enough. Let's resume science. Mining productivity 78, go. By enough, I mean in the process of continuing to launch and generating space science, we should get enough to be able to finish the levels of research that we want to do. Alright, manual, I don't really want to go up there, not all the way. Right. What we need to do, has this been set to rubbish? Yes, it has. What we need to do is take our roboports out and start dismantling. Don't need that. We're not going to need any of this stuff. And with a bit of luck, we maybe see the rubbish train automatically come in and deal with the clearance for us. Let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of that. That. How far do you go? You can probably cover all of these actually, so how about we do that. Yes, rubbish train has been called. One research done. Let's do the next. 79. Here it is. 400 objects to pick up. Not too shabby. And there's still more in here for them to get. Grab those. And this one, and that stuff. We are coming up here. We are going to want to get through somewhere here. Maybe I will put on my own roboports to do this now. basically want, whoops, outpost, not that one, oil outpost. That's the one that we want. Let's find where we want to put this guy. Get through this trees. There's definitely not a nice little forest glade. It's a fairly intense experience altogether, really. Oh, okay, so this doesn't quite work the way I want it to, because the tanks and the pumps are on the wrong side. We could go this way. And that's kind of in the middle of the oil. Oh, how nice it would be to just be able to mirror the image. But that is not to be, so let us slap that down. Then get a blueprint. Actually, let's get all of this as a blueprint. No. I can't go that far. I know what I'll do. I will just grab this part. And we will rotate. Place it exactly opposite. Delete that. Delete that. Now you may as well lay the oil station down. Amazing, I actually had the pumps necessary. Let's use our usual trick. I may have mentioned how I don't really like oil outposts that much. I mean, this first bit's okay, but when you get down to placing 40 or 50 or more pump jacks, that is when things get less than interesting. I guess I don't have a station on me, but that's fine because there are plenty sitting in our train. So drill a nice hole here, please. Very good. Let's find that blueprint. Oops. It's basically this one that we want. There we go. The existence of this rubbish stop so close is going to be very, very handy indeed, because we will simply clear out our inventory into the rubbish stop, our inventory of wood. The rubbish train will come back and sort it out for us. It's already taken everything away. In fact, I don't even need to dump it out. It will just take it away for me. Although I can speed up the process if I so desire. I think I'll have a sip of my drink. I do know what I forgot in my loadout. I was going to add enough to make at least a couple, if not three, 383s, locomotives, plus fluid wagons. So that is something that I will have to add, but can probably set that up somewhere else. Maybe at the oil stations itself. Look, we've got more research to do. Level 80. Let's go. And yes, this is slowly ticking up as well, so that's a good thing. We should probably look at consumption. We're doing about 6,000 of all of the sciences, so close enough. Multiplied by 1.2 for the productivity, it's about 7,200 science per minute while we're doing these productivity researches, so that's pretty reasonable. It doesn't matter if, I mean, yellow is going to have a hell of a time because it needs processing units. And of course, they're a major item in our modules, but that's fine for now anyway. Right. I'm guessing the rubbish train's going to be called again. Yes, it is. Okay. Well, before it gets here, let's jump on board here. Move the oil, move our engineering train with a oil fit out down a bit. Get rid of a little bit of the track because we want normal track now to go up there. In fact, while I think about it, let me grab some track out of there. Do I have enough signals? I do have some signals, so let's assume that I do for now. More research, let's go for 81. The rubbish train is just behind us, so let's see what we can do about getting out of its way. There you go, it's taking away some of that rubbish for us. Now I need to work out where exactly we want to come through with this track. There. Let's sketch the corner piece. Looks like that goes there. Connect up. I don't want this double up there, so let's get rid of that. And of course I screwed that up slightly, so let's take it out again. Get our corner piece. Okay. That's where it needs to go. Back that in. Get rid of those bits. I do believe I need my bot's fully charged again. Come on, bodies. Alright. We may as well just add these bits in manually. And probably here as well. There we go. I don't know if I actually need cords, but you never know. We've certainly made good use of them in this campaign so far. Oh, I didn't realise I had the ability to do another research. So let's bring the train up here. Fortunately, we will not end up being able to fill up with oil, so it's safe to come right up into the park. I need some tanks. I need some of those. I need some of those. I definitely need some of those. Looks like we are actually missing some pumps, so did I add engines to this thing? I don't believe I did. That was silly of me. That was another thing that I missed. This is why you have standard loadouts. So far we need to add engines, we need to add something else that I've already... Oh, we needed to add the trains as well. I almost want to go back and just add them, but while we're here, let's make some progress. At least you can kind of just hold the mouse down and drag over these things, and as long as you go over the right area, they will lay down. And the outlines make the whole thing much nicer and more usable than it was in versions prior to 15. On we go. Another level of productivity research that will also help our oil crisis. We need to clear off a fair bunch of these trees. I'm intending to stamp a mining drill on every single one of these. We certainly are not intending to come back, you know, something that, I mean, I do it too in more normal games. If you are you know, you're setting up oil originally and you've got a big oil mine, you might just set up a few and come back later. We certainly don't have the luxury of being able to do that in this game. We need all the oil. If we're setting them up, we want the lot. So that is what we are going for. I'd like a good way to count how many mining pump jacks you actually need in a site. Would be kind of handy. Developers are listening. There's something you could add to the tooltip. It's useful to know what your percent is. Oh dear. time to get the rubbish train. Either that, or, you know, we could just throw some wood in here for now and then bring it down later to the rubbish train. And that is probably what I will do. There we go, that should be fine. The bots can keep on removing the trees while I lay pump jacks down, but I think I only have, in fact, no more pump jacks. So let's grab some more. I also want to extend this a little bit. It can't. So one of the trains can take 600,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes, so I need 8 more tanks. That's where they all ended up. Okay. 8 more tanks to mean that the station is capable of completely charging while it waits for a train to return to it. Which is not what I put in the original spec or the original design, but it seems to make a lot of good sense to me. But the other thing that I'm going to do is add pipe all the way along because I believe the flow is much better through pipe than it is directly through tank to tank. So, this first bit where you're putting pump jacks down, I don't have a big problem with that. It's the threading the needle kind of carry on with the pipes later that is what I find a bit tedious in terms of setting up the oil. And because it is tedious, that would kind of encourage me to do the coal liquefaction. But as I said, the whole thing with steam, the sheer amount of steam I'd need to be producing, just it sounds like it's less than fun. So for it to be worthwhile on this map, I just need far too much. So I'd need a whole big steam generation, and it just suddenly got out of hand. If it was just pump some water over, sure, but not the whole works, if you like. Whoops. Let's get rid of all of you as well. See if we're missing any. Probably all of you as well. There you go, there's another one up there. Up here. Never get round to clearing the right trees. Might do a run up back to the train. Get rid of some more of the stuff. So, you know, the basic idea is connect up a few of these pumps directly, then some key pipes. just normal pipe the rest of the way. The more parallel pathways you have, the more efficient this whole sort of process can be, but obviously after a while it kind of gets a little bit tedious. So it's okay to join a few up. I mean, it's not terrible, it's just... It just takes quite a while when you've got this sort of size of field. Excuse me. Oops. And of course, pipes are a little bit limited in terms of their total carry volume, so that's the problem when you're connecting up lots of pump jacks to the same delivery. Obviously, I'm being a little bit anal in terms of trying to have as many connections to this filling pipe as possible, but certainly in some of the other ones I've done, I've noticed that there's just such a backlog that half the pumps can barely move. So it's worth trying to avoid that if you can. We have probably just about used up an episode here, so I guess I will try and finish this stuff off and catch you in the next episode. I might even do all the soil. I just really wanted to show you the idea of the second loadout, which is obviously quite beneficial to the flexibility of the engineering train. I think that's what I was trying to say, or something along those lines. And you know, as with many things, the more flexible, the better. Anyway, so yes, thanks for joining me, and I will catch you next time, where we will return to our whole process of getting the west side up and running and disabling the dynamic ore processing. See you then. Bye bye.